Hello, first grade. It's me, Mrs. Ardini, and we are going to talk about math today. Was that a good joke? Did you guys laugh a little bit? My class, they don't always think my jokes are funny. I'm here to tell you they are. They are funny. No, I'm not going to talk to you about math. I never talk to you about math. I'm here to talk to you about phonics. And guys, we've started our new unit that is Unit 3, learning words and studying words from tip to tail. And so today we're going to practice kind of looking at words from tip to tail because I'm going to show you some tails, some word endings that we see pretty frequently in reading and that we use in writing. So let's jump right in and take a look. All right, so these are the word endings that I want to share with you. Have you seen these before? ES, ED, ER. Most of us know this one. ING, ING. And then I bet you knew this one from kindergarten. Do you know that letter S as a word ending? My guess is you also knew ING. You probably used both of them pretty frequently. So we have to think about words like we think about riding a bike. How many of you can ride a bike? Yeah, I can ride a bike. My little boy is still learning. He's got his training wheels. But once you ride a bike, you have to use all the parts, right? You've got to have your hands on the handlebars, and you have to have your feet on the pedals, and you're using the rest of your body to kind of balance, and your head to look back and forth to watch for traffic or bumps, or to chat with whoever you're riding with. So just like when we're riding a bike, we need to involve all the parts of our body. We have to look at all the parts when we read. And so we're going to take a look at these word endings today and see how they work with some of the words that we know. So I'm going to scoot my word endings right over here. I want you to take a look. And I'm going to pull out this word. This is a snap word that you should know. My guess is actually you worked on this word in kindergarten. What do you think? Did you do that? Okay, so we're going to do this one together. Actually, we're going to do two together. And then I'm going to have you work on a couple of your own. So this is the word play. Okay, let's read it together. Play. And now I'm going to pull a couple of word endings over, and we're going to see if we can make some new words. What do you think? I'm going to grab this easy one first. This one that we probably already knew. If I put an S on the end of play, can you tell me what word I made? Yeah, I made plays. So we would read all the way through the word. It's not just play. If we read the word from tip to tail, it's plays. Good. Do you see another ending that would work with this word? Let's try this one. You guys know this one too, probably. This ING ending. So what happens when I put ING on the end of play? Let's read it from tip to tail. Playing. Playing. So we went from plays to playing. All right, let's try another one. How about this one? I always think this ED ending, it gets to be really tricky because it makes a bunch of different sounds, and we'll learn about that later on. But let's read this together. Played. Yeah, like I played outside. You don't really hear this E. It's silent. We really just hear the D, but if we were writing it and we would see it in the book, we would see an E. Played. Good. I'm going to move this over. Okay, one more. What happens if I put this ER ending on the end of play and I read it from tip to tail? Player. Player. She was a player in their game. Player. Now, ES won't work in this particular case because S makes plays. We would not see ES at the end of play. So let's swap these out again. And let's take a look at the word jump. All right. So this is one of our new snap words. Let's read it together. Jump. And let's try some endings. So let's slide letter S over here. If I add, I can't talk today. If I add an S onto the end of jump, what did I make? I made jumps. Good. She jumps on the trampoline. All right, let's try another one. guys know this one? Read it from tip to tail. Jumping. He is jumping for joy that winter break is in like a week and 2 days. Jumping. I'm not excited, are you? All right, our next one. Let's see, how about, try this. Now this is where it gets tricky. Let's look at it from tip to tail. It's really tempting to read this word as jumping. It's jumped. Now the trick is, even with that ed ending, and this is what we would see in a book, this is how we would expect to see it in your writing. When you say it, jumped, what do you hear? You hear a T. Ed can actually make 3 different sounds, and we're going to learn those later on in this unit. But this does say jumped. All right, let's try one more. What do you think this is? Read it from tip to tail. Jumper. Yeah, he is an Olympic long jumper. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I was growing up, a jumper was a type of dress, but like you wore with a turtleneck under it. And I think if you live in like the United Kingdom, a jumper is a sweater. But a jumper can also be a person who jumps. You know, just a little culture for you for today in today's phonics lesson. All right, so I want to read through this with you, and I want to see if you can help me read these words by reading them from tip to tail. So you can notice that I have a couple of word endings up here that are in blue, and these word endings are different on the end of each word. So let's practice reading together. The kid is a, did you say player? Yeah, reading this word from tip to tail, player. This kid is a player on the team. Now let me show you what some first graders do. What some kindergartners do, probably some fifth graders still do. That's okay. This is why we're learning together. Here's what I hear some first graders do. This kid is a play on the team. Because you know what they do? They do what we've taught them. You do what we've taught you, which is to look at the beginning of a word. And you do need to do that, to get your mouth ready, to think about what that word might be. But sometimes we forget that we have to look all the way through the word, because we actually see the word play 1, 2, 3 times in this little story. But every single time, it has a different ending. So you have to be really careful and read all the way through the word. The kid is a player on the team. Let's try the next one. He, a lot. Did you say plays? Yeah, look all the way through that word. He plays a lot. There are many on the team. Is this one hard for you? Did you say players? There are many players on the team. So it actually combined 2 word endings. You had ER and you had S. You guys, I'm so proud of you for really paying attention and looking all the way through the word. So you guys can stop this video whenever, actually I'll stop this video when I'm ready to sign off. And your next video, you're going to need a whiteboard and a marker because you're going to do some of this work on your own. I'll see you in just a few minutes.